Welcome back. In a keenly contested competition which ended on Monday the 3rd of December, 12 secondary school students have emerged winners in the third edition of the UBA Foundation National Essay Competition for senior secondary schools in Nigeria, winning education grants worth over 2.25 million naira. Master Joseph Okonkwo, a 15-year-old student of Ambol Comprehensive High School, Akeson, Igondo, Lagos, won the coveted prize of a 1 million naira educational grant, while the first and second runners-up won 750,000 naira and 500,000 naira each.
School children, teachers, other invited guests, members of staff of UBA and journalists gathered at the UBA office for the annual UBA Foundation National Essay Competition, which began 3 years ago. It's one way the organization gives back to society by encouraging healthy competition among school children.
UBA Foundation, we are the corporate social responsibility arm of UBA, set up to better the lives of the communities where UBA has presence. Our strategy borders on 4 pillars: education, environment, economic empowerment, and special projects.
In UBA Foundation, we decided that one of the things we needed to tackle was the issue of poor writing skills of our people.
Over 2,000 entries were received from students across the country, and the eventual winners were selected by a panel of 4 Nigerian professors after a careful review of their entries.
School of Science, Okebola Ibadan.
Financing one's education at the university level can be challenging, but for these winners in the UBA Foundation Essay Competition, the educational grants that come with winning would surely give them the needed push and motivation to excel and do well.
I'm grateful to UBA for making this very much possible to study not only in Nigerian universities but in African universities.
They made me believe that Nigeria will be better with what they have just done. They made me happy.
This is something that we actually call on other non-profit organizations, even profit organizations like UBA. These are things that they should do. So corporate social responsibility is very important. They should show their concern towards the young ones that are growing. That's the future of the country itself.
The essay winners go away with grants and other prizes, but it's not limited to that. Ultimately, they become UBA ambassadors, a feat that elicits strong emotions from some proud parents here.
Meanwhile, 16-year-old Fumilayo Olayinka, who emerged overall best candidate at the 2013 June-July Neco examination, and 112 others have been recognized and rewarded at this year's edition of the Learn Africa Neco Excellence Awards. Also recognized are 93 schools and 37 teachers. Presenting cash and gift items to the students and a teacher at an event in Lagos today, the chairman of the Board of Trustees, Learn Africa Foundation, Mr. Emeka Ewerebon, says the publishing giant understands the need to inspire, motivate and reward outstanding candidates and their teachers. Our correspondent, Henry Ogunjimi, witnessed the ceremony and brings us this report.
In the overall best category, the second Learn Africa Neco Excellence Award hosted the 6 national winners, their parents and proprietors in Lagos. First were the winners of laptops and 50,000 naira in the Learn Africa's New Concept Prize for best grades in mathematics and English language. In the overall best category, 16-year-old Daniel Ibekwe in third position won 60,000 naira. Kofoworola Olasunbo won 80,000 naira in second position, while Olayinka Fumilayo emerged best overall. The 100,000 naira National Outstanding Teachers Award went to a tutor, Mr. Aniamai Loki. For Learn Africa, the right thing to do is to motivate such candidates.
This may not always happen except someone picks up the gauntlet to do the right thing, which is motivate them appropriately, inspire them profusely, and reward them generously.
The partners, NECO, explains the transparency in the process.
Their performance, their hard work brought out what we are celebrating today.
The collaboration was also commended by some stakeholders present, while the publisher pledged its commitment to the program.
It will actually motivate and encourage other students to work hard for excellence in all examinations.
We have a unit that is saddled with the responsibility of keeping the track record of the winners.
Formerly Longman Nigeria PLC, the publishers Learn Africa PLC also provides students and schools with well-researched textbooks that have aided top-class performances in the nation's education sector. Henry Ogunjimi, reporting for Channels Television News.
First Bank, truly the first.
From education news to business news, here's Loretta Chiogo.
Thank you, Bimbo. And we start with this report that banks and other financial institutions that bought bonds from the Asset Management Corporation of Nigeria, AMCON, now have the option of selling them in form of treasury bills. That would be when they mature by the end of the year. This is according to the Chief Executive Officer of the Financial Markets Dealers Quotation, Mr. Bola Onodile. In an interview with Mr. Akinwale, he said there are indications that the Central Bank of Nigeria is trying to protect the financial markets from excess liquidity.
There's a bit of conflict at year end. The central bank's program at times do not perfectly align. Most of the banks that have those maturities will probably have been looking forward to receiving cash because the bond is maturing and the natural thing is for them to be paid. And then they can use the cash to settle some obligations because some of them could also be owing some other parties and would like to pay down and then, have, what is left and then determine investment. But the central bank as well realizes the dangers of having too much cash in the system. So I don't know the sort of securities the central bank is giving them, because for monetary policy, the central bank has different types of instruments that it can give to these banks or the investors. I don't know what AMCON is giving them. AMCON may have positions in treasury bills and it's giving them treasury bills. So people can take these treasury bills and sell in the market. The market is liquid.
The Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, LCCI, says it will continue to press for improvement in the private sector's role in the economy, reckoning that the government has realized the positive impact of the private sector in the economy. President of the Chamber, Mr. Gudi Ibru, calls for further reduction of government's participation in entrepreneurship activities. And Frontline Flour and Food Company, Honeywell Flour Mill PLC, is raising the bar for milling process in the country with the installation of a state-of-the-art mill in its Lagos factory. The mill, which was installed by the Swiss company Berla, has increased the Honeywell flour production by 1,000 metric ton per day. This will put the company at par with industry leaders worldwide as far as quality is concerned.
It is a quantum leap forward for Honeywell Flour Mills Nigeria PLC as the company expands its capacity by over 50%. The executive management of the company, alongside management of their Swiss technical partners, Bola, briefed newsmen on this new project.
This is the best.
After the brief chat, they proudly showed off the newly installed state-of-the-art mill, which increases the capacity of the mill by 1,000 metric tons per day. The expansion, which is valued at about 10 billion naira, boasts of new silos, modern mills, and an automated warehouse, which is touted to be the first in sub-Saharan Africa.
Why we made this expansion is to provide more products to our customers. We make high-quality products, and the customers are yearning, and they continue to yearn for more of our products. Therefore, when we see the opportunity and we see the customer demand, we have to make more expansion.
equipment we have for Honeywell here, this is the best you can get. It's the state-of-the-art equipment. Bühler is worldwide #1 in equipment, and I can assure you this is top of the technology you can get.
Operating this new mill will not be a problem, as the company has also invested in capacity building.
With the new capacity that we have, there's no doubting the fact that a lot of investment will go into developing our people. Where necessary, we'll also hire new hands just to be able to cope with the huge, enormous task that we have ahead of us.
As the company proudly flaunts this trailblazer mill, a whisper through the grapevines reveals that there are more aces up the sleeves of the management, as plans of a 63-hectare Honeywell industrial estate are currently on the way.
And moving on, flour mills of Nigeria, Prisco and Unilever walked as giants today at the Nigerian stock market. The three companies recorded gains but below 3 naira. Bolaji Akinwale gives details of trading today.
Hello and welcome to the Stock Market Report. The local bourse managed a narrow gain as the All-Share Index appreciated marginally by 0.09% to 38,990.20 points, while the market's capitalization stood at 12.47 trillion naira. Flour mills of Nigeria, Presco and Unilever were the day's top price gainers with gains under 3 naira. Leading the pack of laggards is Guinness Nigeria, Cadbury and Guaranty Trust Bank. Major contributors to market volume include Transnational Corporation of Nigeria, Zenith Bank and eTransact International. At the end of midweek trading session, volume rose to 671.59 million units of shares at the value of 6.13 billion naira. That's it on the Stock Market Report. I'm Bolaji Akinwale.
Thank you, Bolaji. And the European Commission has fined 8 banks, including the Royal Bank of Scotland, a total of 1.7 billion euros for forming illegal cartels. The formed cartels are accused of rigging interest rates used to set the price of products, including mortgages. The cartels operated in markets for financial derivatives, which are products used to manage the risk of interest rate movements. Barclays and UBS escaped paying the largest fines of 2.5 billion and 690 million euros apiece because they assisted in the investigation. Now, the other organizations involved are Deutsche Bank, Societe Generale, JP Morgan, Citibank, HSBC and Credit Agricole. And that's it on Business News. It's back to News at 10 with Bimbo.